welcome to part 1 of Desensitising the dragon with me and Seren. So I thought we would start off with our agility training, doing something Seren's done a lot of in the past, which is weaving around cones. As you can see, she finds this really simple. I'm just trying to train her to follow me, to stop when I stop, and also to turn whilst keeping a nice loop in the rope between me and her, so I'm not pulling her round and she's following me. And she really picks up on this really quickly. She's doing really well. As you can see here, I'm not even bending around the cones, I'm not pulling her round, and she's going nicely through them. So that's really good. Next we moved on to a bit of work over a pole. Now, anyone that knows Seren knows that she is absolutely terrified of poles when you're riding her, and there's some hilarious photos and videos of her absolutely leaping them or just not going anywhere near them. So getting her to walk over a pole is a really big thing for her. And we just practiced backing up over a pole, walking over the pole and then stopping. This is all unusual stuff for ridden horses because usually they just walk straight over the poles, so stopping and backing up and moving around on the poles is a bit of a new thing really, and she picked this up again really fast. I was so impressed with her. Now you're always looking to keep that rope nice and loose and the nice little loop between your hand and the pony, but when you're training like this sometimes it's not always possible, so just trying to get that as the gold standard, but at the moment just getting her to get really confident with going over the pole. So here I thought I'd try a sideways move. Now this is actually quite difficult and I wasn't sure if she knew what I was asking her for, and you can see she's a bit like, I don't know, do you want me to go backwards again? So it was just getting her to position herself still and then asking her to move sideways. And as you can see, I've got a couple of steps here and she doesn't look very happy about it, but she gets lots of love and a sweetie at the end to show that that's exactly what I wanted for her after I dropped it on the floor. So we came round and tried it again, and you can see how quickly she's picked it up. I'm not even touching her body here, I just stand to the side, put my hands where I had them before, and she moves completely sideways. I was so made up with this, it was brilliant. So next we had a go at the hula hoop, and with this what you're trying to do is to get them to stand with their front feet in the hula hoop without touching it. Now as you can see, Seren is doing everything in her power here to try and come to me, but not to stand in the hula hoop. But we just keep trying, I keep taking her away, bringing her back to it, and eventually she gets it. We had a few more goes, but this is definitely something we're going to have to work on a little bit. It's all about controlling where their feet are, and I think she'll get it because she managed to get it that one time she did it, so just a thing to come back to. So then we moved on to the L bend. This is just walking through the channel of poles. I'm just stopping her here to make sure we get the turn, as quite often they just think that they are to walk over the poles, but you can see she manages it absolutely fine. Now here's a typical Seren reaction to something she doesn't like. I'm just trying to get the football out. Yeah, terrifying. Thank God for long ropes. A good way to get a horse to not be scared of something is to get it to follow it, like I'm doing here with Seren and the ball. She's really not too sure about the football, so we pop it down on the floor. She's followed it around a little bit, and now she just has to follow me through the bend. As you can see, she's not too impressed with the football. It's an interesting new element to add to this obstacle she was previously finding really simple. So I just sort of say to her, no, come on, we're following it through, you just need to follow it, I'll deal with the ball. And yeah, she seems to come to that compromise that she can now cope with it. So in summary, I was really pleased with how Seren did today. She did much better than I thought she was going to. She was really willing to try all the things that I put in front of her and really seemed to learn what I was trying to teach her as well. So I'm hoping we can go forward with this and we can really build on it and do some more obstacles, and I'm really excited to see how much I can get her to do.